What is up? What is up, chaps? What is happening, my Dammy?
What it's up?
Is your girl, your favorite chap, back here? So it has been a good little minute since I had did my 600-pound life, my 2 cents. So I said I wasn't gonna drain myself into doing every episode because, like I said, the same song and dance. Either lose weight or you won't. So that's basically it. But this one caught my attention, honeys, because this one got a little backstory to it. Let me fix y'all a little bit. There we go. So this one got a little backstory to it because this sister here, we're gonna talk about her. Let's get right into it, okay? So we're gonna talk about Miss Ashley T. There is more than one Ashley episode. So this is still season 8, episode 15. So Ashley T, she is 24 years old and she stays in Temple, Texas. Now, she grew up with just her mother and her grandmother, didn't know her father. Her mother was disabled. She had epilepsy, and I guess it was severe epilepsy. And her grandmother basically took care of the household. And she was a nurse. She worked 2 jobs, okay? So, by the time Ashley was at the age of 3, she was already diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, okay? Age of 3, right off bat. And Granny wasn't at home. She was working 2 jobs, so she had free range of the fridge. So, she ate whatever she wanted. And by the time she was in kindergarten, so 4 or 5, it all depends on the kid, on the age. She was 100 pounds. Her and her mother had an unhealthy relationship with food. So by the time she was 7, her weight doubled. So she was already 200 pounds by the time she was 7 years old. Now there was no younger year pictures. She didn't post any younger year pictures at all. So there was no pictures. Then by the time she was between 7 and 10, that's when a lot of stuff happened to her. Okay, so by the time between 7 and 10, she found out a family friend ends up being her father. She never knew her father, and she finds out a family friend who's been around her is her father. They took a DNA test, ended up being her father. He caught all ties to her.
Off with the head! Off with the head! Off with his head! Off with his head!
Nothing. Didn't want nothing to do with Ashley. Nothing. With that situation, I hope homeboy falls off a curb and hits chin first. That's how I feel about that. I hope you hit your that was BS. You've been around this child. You find out this is your daughter. You just said, I'm out. Yeah, I forget you. Okay, that was bullshit. I hope you fall down chin first. That's how I feel about that. Moving on. So in between that time, there was a neighbor on her block, a married couple, and the wife used to give Ashley cookies at her house, and I'm guessing she gives all the neighbor kids cookies. I'm guessing. And it was one day Ashley went for cookies, and the wife wasn't home, but the husband was, and the husband took advantage of Ashley. The R word. We're not gonna say that here. So he took advantage of Ashley and told her that it was a secret between them. So she didn't tell nobody, but he did take advantage of another girl, and that little girl told her parents, and it got around to her grandmother, and Ashley's grandmother asked her, because she knew she was getting cookies and stuff from this house, asked her, did this person ever do anything to you? And she finally told her that he did, and she's like, no, you have to tell us that is not right. You do not keep secrets like that. So he ended up going to jail for a long time, and to what he did to her and the other girl, it could have been more, who knows. So by the end of all that, by the age of 10, she said she's about 300 pounds. And that's a lot. So her grandmother tried to restrict her and try to get her to lose weight and everything else. But for a kid, if they're gonna get snacks, they're gonna get snacks. That's basically what she was doing. It wasn't working. She was getting snacks. So by the time she was into high school, she was 400 pounds. Now while she was in high school, she said she was being bullied. So there was times she did miss school, but if she wasn't at school, she was at home. She didn't socialize much. So all she did was have her friendship with, her mother that she talked to and everything else. So by the time she was 16, her mother had a real bad seizure episode, and she fell out of her chair, and she was rushed to the hospital where the seizure was so severe she needed long-term care. So she ended up being in a nursing home, and that's where she resides to this day. So she's been there ever since she was a teen. Now, she got up to 500, after high school, she got up to 500 pounds. Then she finds out her grandmother was diagnosed with cancer, and after her 21st birthday, her grandmother passes. And she was living with her grandmother, and she had to move out of her granny house. Now this is, after this, she meets a guy online. Now, this is where the online this is where this goes on, because this is how the connection with her with the online that I knew her. I'm gonna sound off on that in a second, but I'm gonna finish this off. So she ended up meeting the guy online, and she ends up in a relationship with him and ends up moving in with him. But she finds out he is a feeder, which, if anybody doesn't know, a feeder is a person who likes a bigger, obese person, feeds them all types of garbage food, and likes to see them get bigger. And I mean, this is beyond like funnels and choking up stuff and everything else, that type of craziness. But he was also abusive to her. She didn't clarify if it was physical, but she did say it was mental abuse and psychological abuse. She used to call her fat, nobody wanted her, and all the other stuff. But she ended up leaving that relationship and going to a shelter, and she stayed in the shelter until she was able to get her own place. Now, with the online, with her meeting her boyfriend online. Now she wasn't just doing that online, okay? So, with me talking about the situation was special. I recognized this girl when she would start talking in the beginning. So I'm just like, this girl looks familiar. And then when she started talking, and she's talking about, yeah, I had a bunch of different profiles, and I was catfishing people online, and I was called out. That's when I knew her. This girl was on Catfish.
No, he's a great guy, but he's just got issues.
What you think you got?
No, I'm just saying, like, you're a great guy, you're a great friend. It happened. It was a joke.
It was a joke. 7 years? Ain't nobody find it funny but you.
I only came here today because I wanted to make amends. I've done that, so can I go now?
No, I think he had a question.
Okay, and I'm not answering him because right now it's gonna get heated between us.
Yeah, so she basically said she was called out, her family stopped talking to her. I'm like, I think she was on she got called out twice. I think she got called out on 2 episodes, one by a man, one by a woman. And I'm just like, we jumping reality shows, girl? Like, I knew you somewhere, because the way she talked, but then her hair, the way her hair was, the braids with the color and everything else. So that threw me in. I said, this girl looks familiar. Yeah, she was on Catfish. So we then went from MTV and moseyed on down to TLC, and now we want to lose some weight. So now we over here on TLC, we want to go see Dr. Now, because we want to lose some weight now. So she calls on her neighbors to call on her neighbors, Quentin and De'Ara. They're gonna help her get, drive I guess it's 3-4 hours to Houston to take her to Dr. Now. Now, she said she made her appointment after she lost a significant amount of weight. Now, at the beginning of before the episode started, it said her weight was unknown. Now, normally, when anybody's weight is unknown, that means they need to be pulled out the house by the fire department, okay? Or they so big that the scale just won't tell their weight. That's basically what the weight is unknown. She's not that big. Like, she's not that big that you can't tell her weight. But supposedly she said she weighed 630 and she started losing weight before her appointment with Dr. Now. Now, in one of the scenes before this, you're eating fried chicken. Like, if you was doing all this, why are you not eating a salad? What are you eating fried chicken for? But, okay, girl. So, they took the drive to Dr. Now's office. Now, they get to Dr. Now's office, and she goes to the back, and she goes to get her weight. And when she gets on the scale, this is her first appointment, her weight is 486. Now, they're going by what the scale say. They're not going to go by what she said, because she said she weighed 630. And she lost weight. Now, she did weigh 630. Then her weight she lost 144 pounds. Okay, so she goes into the doctor's office, wait for Dr. Now. So then Dr. Now comes in, and then she meets Dr. Now, and he asks her all the good questions about her health and everything else, and asks her about her diet and everything else. This girl ain't mentioned a fruit or a vegetable or nothing. So he asking like, well, how did you lose, almost 150 pounds? She's like, well, when my granny passed, I got depressed, so I didn't eat. So, but in one of her snippets that was at the beginning,
when I eat, I feel complete joy. And when I stop and the food is gone, I'm back to that dark hole. So that leads me to constantly want to eat.
Yeah, then I'm like, well, I'm not understanding. Like, if you normally when somebody is bigger, when they depressed, they eat more. They don't eat less. So I'm like, but I'm not understanding. You're contradicting yourself. But okay, but. He moved on to her family history. She said she don't have any family. She don't have any communication with her family. But she did mention a sister. And I'm like, okay. But she said she was an only child. I don't know if it's on her dad's side of the family. I don't know what's going on. This girl has so many holes in her story. I don't know, child. So basically, he told her, gave her the same diet that he gives all of them. 1,200 low carb, high protein, gave her some exercises, and told her to lose 20 pounds in 1 month. And he suggested psychotherapy. She refused. And Dr. Dow was like, okay. But then I guess Dr. Dow, you know, he looks at body language, and he had a question to ask her.
Anything else you haven't told me?
No, that's it.
Okay. But for most of what you have said, the entire time you're here, you never made eye contact with me. So, is that because you're a pathological liar or what?
Because I'm nervous.
You're nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Now's with the shits, okay? He's gonna call you out on your shit, okay? Like, Dr. Now ain't the one. And a lot of people can't stomach Dr. Now, okay? Like, they wants to be coddled, and he ain't the one to coddle you, okay? So basically, she walks out the appointment pissed off and told her friends that it went terrible, which it didn't look like it went all that bad. She just wanted to go in and be like, yeah, I'm approved for surgery, and we're gonna have surgery in 2 months, and blah blah blah. No, because he's not gonna go by what you lost 630. He's gonna go by what you are weighing at his doctor's office. He's not gonna go by what you said. So basically, Dr. Now had his suspicions and was like, I need to get this girl filed. Something's not adding up. I need to get this girl medical history. So after that, she goes into Dr. Now's office a month later, and she weighs in at 476. So her friend stays in the waiting room this time too, and she loses 10 pounds. So now she did say in another scene that she does stash snacks, but she doesn't eat them. Okay, so he's like, what's going on? You lost half your weight. And she's like, well, I gave up pop like you said, and I'm not eating fast food and everything else. And he looking at her with a question mark, and I'm looking at the question mark like, ain't this what you was doing when you lost the 144, girl? Like, calculating.
Yeah. You know what?
Calculating like, you saying this like this is something new, girl. Like, but whatever. Left it alone. So he said, you need to go to therapy. I think it will benefit you. She agreed this time. But he gave her 2 months to see him and 40 pounds. And she walked out of there irritated, said she deserves surgery. I'm gonna tell you this right now, honey. Surgery ain't easy. Surgery ain't easy. And she look like the type that's gonna be the one that's gonna be annoying. Like, as soon as she feels some pain in her belly, she's gonna call for something. Okay, like, surgery is not easy. It's a tool, and it's just as difficult as if you're losing it by yourself. It's just you have to go through the pain. Okay, like it's difficult. So weight loss surgery is not no walk in the park either. Okay, so she goes to therapy. Now, when she walks in therapy, she already got a funky ass attitude, talking about it's unnecessary. She should be focused on her diet. Okay, so basically, she goes to therapy. She sees Miss Lola. I love Miss Lola. God bless her. So she goes and talks to Miss Lola, and now gets into her background and gets to know her. She brings up the catfish stuff and how her family's not talking about the catfish situation. You basically in the beginning talk about how the stuff in your past just destroyed you, like all the stuff about you being taken advantage of, your granny passing, your mother in the nursing home. I know some people may not want to talk about that, but you talking about the catfish and stuff before all that. But the catfish and stuff you did, like this is stuff you did, and that's why your family's not talking to you. And then she got this tissue drying her, no tears. I'm like, where's the tears? Like, how am I supposed to believe you and there's no tears? Like, I'm not understanding. But that's all she brought up. And then she said that when she was catfishing, she had 3,000 different alter personas. That is a lot of time on your hands, okay? And she was doing that for years, okay? So basically, Lola said she had a psychotic break and basically a break from reality. And And basically she said that's just a psychotic break. And she gave her some homework. So the homework she gave her was to make a truthful profile, make an online profile of herself, and basically that's it. Make a profile of herself, a picture of herself. So she said, yeah, I would think, I'll do that. Once she got home, she's like, I ain't doing it right now. I'm gonna focus on my diet. So she said when she was under the stress of this appointment, it was so stressful, honey. She needed a treat. Homegirl got pizza.
What?
So the stress of her talking about her problem with catfishing, she had to go get pizza. It looked like 2 boxes of pizza. And she talked about, well, if I know when to stop, I won't be over my goal. Do you know 1 piece of pizza, basically how much was loaded on that pizza is basically almost all your 1,200 calories. So I'm not understanding. But she deserved a treat after that stressful event of that therapy appointment, but whatever. So we gonna go into month 4 of this appointment, and this one was the hot ticket, honey. So basically she was nervous, said she was working hard, okay? So her same neighbors took her to this appointment. She goes in, now this time she took her neighbors in the back with her. Goes in and weigh in. She weighs in at 475. Lost 2 pounds. Well, she was 476. So I don't know where the 2 pounds came from. It looked like 1 pound, okay? And it's a total of 11 pounds. So I don't know where the 2 came from, but she lost 10 the first and then there's 1 the next. So 11 pounds. And she walking with an attitude, basically saying like, if she doesn't get approved for surgery, then Dr. Now should acknowledge and respect her progress. What? Progress? Girl, you lost, basically this is 4 months and you lost a total of 11 pounds in his office. Girl, I'm like, honey, no, we're not doing this. Now, mind you, I'm thinking that this girl got a scale at home and she knew she jacked up, and then now she bring her friends in the back. Because the first 2 appointments, her friends were sitting in the waiting area. Now she needs support, and now they coming in the back with her, okay? Now they in the back while she want to pop off and have an attitude. So Dr. Dow is explaining to her like what's going on with the diet, and she's like already having an attitude, and she's like, well, I'm trying to be respectful and everything else. And her neighbor Quentin, he's like, don't do it, Tiff. Ashley, don't do it, Ashley. Bye bye bye. I was like, no, don't do what? Like, she the one ain't losing weight. Like, girl, don't do what? But she not like she gonna go off on Dr. Now. And Dr. Now was like, well, honey, how you won't even give us any blood work? She's like, well, I told you I go to the doctor's office where I'm at, and then I go and get blood work from them because there's a lady that can get my blood for me because I know my veins, and she always get it where I want her to get it, so she knows I know my veins, so I can get it there. So Dr. Now was like, so you don't trust us to get your blood work, but you trust us to do weight loss surgery on you? She's like, no, that's not it, but I just know my veins and everything else. So Dr. Now was like, okay, but if we can't even get blood work on you, how are we going? This is a level of trust. You can't trust us to do blood work. How you gonna trust us to do weight loss surgery? And she going popping off and everything. She's talking about calling him up. She's talking about he being an asshole and going off on him. And he was like, oh, so you bringing your friends back here? Now you want to bring your friends back out here to make it seem like I'm bad? And she, girl.
I'm not doing this. I'm not. You're not gonna talk to me like I'm crazy. I've been on all day coming to an appointment, and you're not gonna disrespect me. I've been nothing but nice to your ass. You're not gonna do me like that. Y'all ready to go? I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's move. If we get trouble. There's that bastard.
So, she has her tantrum and walks out of Dr. Now's office, and she goes to the car and has her little fit, talking about he ain't gonna do surgery no more, she's gonna whoop his ass and whatever else. And basically, they calm her down, give her bottle, calm her down, and then she goes back in the office and sits down. She talking about, well, I've been nothing but nice to you, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking like, your attitude has been very standoffish. You just mad because he has called you out on your shit. But my thing is like, the couple times your friends have brought you to this appointment. You had them wait in the waiting room. You knew you jacked up on this appointment, so that's why you brought them back, because you knew you was gonna go off. Either you got scale at home and you knew you did not, you knew you was messing up, and you knew you didn't lose weight, so you knew you had to plan ahead. So when you get to this appointment, you had something to do in mind to keep yourself looking crazy. So you decided to just be crazy. Okay. So Dr. Now telling her basically surgery is gonna do more harm than good if you don't have your nutrition in check and don't have the right education about nutrition. And the way she responded to him, very sarcastic and everything else, I don't even know the hell is listening. Okay, so I'm like, at that point, I'm like, you know what, girl, go and find you another doctor. That's what I would have been like, whatever. Go and find you another doctor. That's what I would have told her. Like, go find you another doctor. But he was respectful, but Dr. Now no nonsense. He'll tell you what you need to hear, but he's not gonna hold your hand. Okay, so basically at the end of him telling her about keeping her health in check, she comes clean about her overeating, but she says she's overeating on the clean foods, on the healthy foods. She's not gonna, because her friends is there. She's not gonna tell them about that pizza. She's not gonna tell them about that pizza, okay? She's not gonna tell them about all that. Because her friends, mainly Quentin, I guess he comes over there and cooks her food because she can't cook, I guess. And he puts the food, she eats it and he puts the food away. And I guess supposedly she goes back in the fridge and eats the healthy foods. But she ain't gonna tell Quentin about that pizza. But okay. So she has another appointment, sets her up for 2 more months, lose that same 40 pounds. And so she has another appointment with Lola, which that wasn't seen. Lola gives her the same assignment: create that profile of yourself. So she had Quentin help her create a profile. I don't understand how she needs help if she created 3,000. But maybe it's a psychological thing of taking a picture of herself. That could be it. But she decided to start the true profile. Okay, so basically, Lola gave her another little assignment to try to be more social. So she decided to go to a boxing class, so get some exercises and get some exercising going on. 2 birds with 1 stone. That's good. Step forward is a step forward. So now we're going into month 6. Month 6, she goes into the doctor's office. Same neighbors take her to the appointment. They go back with her again this time. She goes and weighs in, and she weighs at 469. Now she lost 6 pounds. This is a total of 17 pounds in 6 months, people. 17. Okay? So, she goes into the office, waiting on Dr. Now and everything else. He's like, well, you lost 17 pounds, and it's going slow, and blah, blah, blah. So she's like, well, I lost almost 20 pounds. That's like my goal. He's like, well, you losing it 6 times slower. Like, I wanted you to lose this weight 6 months ago. And she's like, well, I lost a significant amount of weight. I lost a lot of weight. And he was like, oh, really? So here comes Dr. Now with the receipts. So he said, well, I got your previous records from the other weight loss clinic. So she already scratching her head like, oh shit. So it goes back from 3 years ago, where the most she weighed at that clinic was 479. And the lowest she went down at that clinic was 449. But when she got to Dr. Now, she had weighed at 486. So what's good, sis? What happened to all that weight? Like, you telling me between all that time and then you was on Catfish not too long ago and everything else, what happened, sis? Like, where's this weight? She had no pictures. She had no pictures of herself being at this weight. She had no pictures of nothing. No pictures when she was a child. No pictures if she was bigger at 6'30". Nothing. No pictures whatsoever. I'm going to say my summary on that. But Dr. Now was like, okay, I'll just let you know, I got your record, so I see what's going on, okay? But I need blood work from you. You ready to give me that blood now? So she was ready to she wasn't worried about her veins that day. So she showed letting them get that blood work today, and she got an EKG done, and her test good came out okay, so she was good. So everything came out great. And then he gave her another 2 months to lose 40 pounds, and that was no continuation because this episode was kind of long. And so I guess it's gonna be on a where are they now situation. And then she goes back to her last appointment to Lola from the last one, this episode. And Lola basically was going through her notes, honey, and she was just basically was like, you have a major depressive disorder and you have a borderline component personality disorder, and you need to continue therapy to control your mental state so you can get yourself healthy physically. You need to get everything right together. So she told her to continue with therapy. So basically at the end, it ends with her walking in the park. She's doing some soul searching. Then she says she's going to continue her weight loss and continue going to therapy. She does not want to quit. Blah, blah, blah. So that ends with her. Now, I blame production for this bullshit because I've seen people record YouTube videos of them being in the 500s and they're not being approved to get on my 600 pound life because they're not 600. This girl clearly wasn't 600. Like, I'm not understanding. There was no way this girl was 600 pounds and y'all brought her on here at 400 and some pounds. Like, and then she jumped from catfish to this. Like, first of all, I hope this girl did this show for weight loss. I'm 75% don't think so, but no, I'm changing it. I'm 85% not thinking so, because she kept mentioning the catfishing thing. She wasn't like like I said, she didn't mention a fruit, a vegetable, drinking some water, keeping hydrated, nothing. So I don't just like, you just took another spot from somebody that really needed it so you can put your mug on TV again. So I'm just not understanding that BS. And production is bullshit because there were people that was like maybe 575 and there were people that actually made videos and said they got denied to be on my 600 pound life because they wasn't 600. So production is bullshit. I'm calling a spade a spade. That's bullshit. Like, you gonna put somebody that was like 150 pounds less on here because they was on a previous show? That's how I feel. Like, that was bullshit. And she didn't like Dr. She knew she was gonna pop off on Dr. Now. She already had this planned out, honey. I don't give a damn what anybody say. That was planned up. Okay, because Dr. Now, I don't think he doesn't have control over production. He don't be like pick and choose this fat person. He don't go door to door picking these fat people. This is all production situation. All he do is take on these patients. That's what he does. So production is full of shit. Y'all need to find new production. So, cause this is all the game now. Like, y'all just picking and choosing people. But whatever. But they just took another opportunity for somebody that really needed it. If that's the case, if somebody is 575, let them be on the show if they really need the help, okay? That was BS, but I'm calling a spade a spade. But that's the end of my 2 cents on this one, and I hope everybody have a good Memorial Day weekend. And even though we can't do nothing in Illinois, I'm hoping my boyfriend will barbecue. Who knows? He probably won't. I don't know, but anyways, all I can do is see if he does. And I hope everybody stays safe. Wash them damn hands because that molecular virus is still out there. Keep y'all distance, but still love your family. Still love on your family. So that's all I have to say for this evening. So I don't have to tell y'all what y'all need to do. I'm going to put them at the bottom of the screen. And everybody have a good weekend. Stay safe. And if you stay to the end, thank you for coming around my way.
Sarate.